Good day once again, YouTube friends, and that banana cluster right there, it's part of the banana plants that we have inside the house. That's our front yard there. That's our chickens. They're looking something to scratch on the ground. And here at the outside, this is an added parcel of land that we rented as well. And some of the banana plants that we planted here last year started to have their own fruits already. This one is the first one, I think. Maybe a month or two will be ready for harvest. I see that one. There are big clusters here mixed together, and others are average and small. So here, this is from the outside. We added here around more than 20 plants, something. And then there, go in there. We have some Kluai Home, a variety from Thailand. The owner of this land that I rented on told me to cut and eliminate this variety, but I decided not to do that because still we can have these bananas here on our table. They're really good ones. And here, YouTube friends, so that blossom started to come out, and I think that would be an average or small cluster. So I think more plants here. I think there are another 3 or 4 more plants. They're about to give off the blossom. That one is about maybe 2-3 days after. Here we have some average or nearly small cluster here. Where's that? Yeah, that's it. I think it's visible in the camera. So that's it, YouTube friends. And we have another one there near the gate. Actually, there's another gate here for this property that we rented on, but most of the time I just climb over the fence right here. It's easy access and a shortcut way to reaching here. Yeah, this is the exact location where I usually climb over. And we have some banana plants here that are contracted with disease, and I think I have to decide to cut this off so that it will not contaminate to the other plants. And we have some big, I'm outside the fence, but I'm filming the bananas right inside the house that we rented. There's another big cluster here. Yeah, that's it. I've already zoomed. How does it do? Zoom out, zoom in. Yeah. And more bananas there. I think we have other more than or close to 10 clusters standing, and in 3-4 months after we'll be ready for harvest inside the house. We just harvested the other day. That one. I have to point my finger. That one. Yeah. I climbed that one after my class. It's really difficult to juggle your time between your work in the school and also your time in the garden. You have to balance that one, and both work needs time. In the garden you need ample time to work all the things you need to do here, and in the class I have to prepare PowerPoint presentation lessons from Math 1 to 6. So it's not really that easy life. Plus financially we're struggling, health speaking, my wife is struggling, me at the same time, but my wife is a bit worse. And then we're forced to drive motorbike every single day because the price of the gasoline is climbing up, and our rented place is a bit far from our workplaces. We work in different schools, and it will take us like 40 minutes to arrive there every single morning, and then the same time going back home in the afternoon, and that's Monday to Friday. So I don't know what to do, but you know what? When I didn't have work 5 years ago, and 5 years and 5 months ago, and now that I have work, I think the situation's still the same. Though I have an income each month, but since the interest of the money we borrowed for the hospitalization of my wife, and when our dog before it died, we went to the hospital several times, and some other financial issues that we were facing. So the interest balloon, and my salary each month is like doesn't make sense anymore. As if like we're not moving on, we're not moving. Actually, we stuck. It's really difficult, and I keep on finding other bigger opportunities that will give me side hustle, side income, aside from teaching. And I think I'm deprived of all these opportunities. Sometimes I could tell myself my degree as a theology graduate sucks. Some friends have offered me this kind of thing, blah blah blah. It's just easy to talk about it, but doing the act is a bit different. And where are they? They're just talking. So I'm tired of listening those sweet words. I need somebody to act, but I think none of them did. So stay here. We could hardly find a house, another place. We have a contract here until July 2026, so we cannot get out easily. Something like others have done, other people have done. That our situation is really, really and entirely different than many other Filipinos here. So you cannot just give us an advice, something like this and like that, because we've been figuring out things out several times already. So maybe if I'm a single individual, or me and my wife alone, we don't have anything to bring on with us, then that would be easier. But as I've told you, our situation is really, really, really different than many of you. So our option is getting like we only have some slight, very, very, very slight or tiny chance to think of moving out to another place. We want to, but financially we cannot afford moving things from here to somewhere, and you could hardly find a place, even like 10%, as like 10% of this place as good as this. You could hardly find that one near town. That's why I don't know, plus my wife's sickness, migraine, and that endometriosis that she's suffering for several years now. That's why we could not have a child. We've been married for more than 9 years. I understand the situation, I accept the reality, but I think life is so unfair to us. It's like life is not even satisfied of what we're suffering right now. Uh, I don't have any interest to mention about God or hell or Satan or anything. Those are just damn stuffs. God, Satan, all this, all of them doesn't make sense anymore. They're just fabricated identities with some lunatic writers in the Bible before. Yeah, I'm a theology graduate with outstanding records academically. Yeah. And based on my personal experience, my claim is somewhat real. Sometimes if we struggle hard and we try to look for someone to depend on, that's why we turn ourselves to be something like delusional. We need somebody to stand on our side, to be somewhat our savior. This is how we practice from generation to generation since in the past, that we cannot stand on our feet. We need to look for someone bigger, more powerful, to stand on our side and to defend our cause. This is how we live as human beings. That's why traditions, culture, and religion, they mix together actually. And later on, we try to claim ourselves that we're affiliated to a very particular group. But actually, in the end, if we summarize all these things, these are all common. These are all on the same ground, on the same thing, believing an identity that is more powerful, that somehow we believe that he can probably provide some help and aid and assistance to our situation. But in reality, you're fighting on your own. You're not with someone. There's nobody up there who can help you. You have to fight against the odds of life. And that's why I still have this stigma as being raised in a godly home since when I was young. And so it is really hard to eliminate, to erase the memories that I have when I was a child. So it's a struggle to me. That's why there are two directions that are really, really haunting in my head right now. But I want to focus on the direction that I can completely feel comfortable with myself and how I direct my life. I think time will come. But I'm still in a struggle stage in which I have to come out victoriously here. I need to come out as a champion. I need to defeat this confusion that I have in mind. You know, if you are into a religion, if you are into a belief, if you are into a particular something, for many years, it is really hard to take it out from your memory. And that's the thing that most of us stuck right there. And that's why we struggled. We defend our standpoint, our position as a believer into something, right? I understand. But once you realize that all of us fuck up, then you begin to become unconscious. You begin to become conscious of your surroundings. And leaving your unconscious state would be the beginning of an interesting adventure in your life, because you're on your own. Since the beginning, we were only motivated after we prayed, after we do something, because we already put that one in our head that we are. But actually, we don't. That's why I'm really angry with life. Why only this time I realize all these things. I've wasted more than 30 years of my existence believing into nothing. Yeah, it happens by chance, it happens by. Yeah, because things can happen. It doesn't mean that there's someone behind it doing for your sake.